Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, families, friends, administrators, competitors, students, and whatever hangers-on we have over there in the audience. I welcome each and every one of you to 2014 Girls Volleyball Senior Recognition Night. We have a small ceremony to go through, but first, we'd like to begin with the singing, live and in person, of the national anthem by three young ladies representing the choirs of Upper St. Clair High School. Would you please welcome Lindsay Bono, Alexa Rigger, and Mackenzie Damon. And would you all, thank you. Would you all please rise? Gentlemen, remove your caps as we honor our country with their singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
A lovely rendition. Thanks very much, ladies, as we kick the ceremonies off. Thanks once again. Well, everybody, my name is Kevin McGahee, and it is once again, after these many years, it's my distinct pleasure to welcome you to Upper St. Clair Girls Volleyball Senior Recognition Night 2014. And of course, this is the point, well, we've reached the point where it's time to say farewell, sort of, kind of at least for home matches, since this is the last non-playoff home match this season, to 5 of our own ladies who have brought some glory, solid entertainment, a passel of home wins, another section championship, and yet another WPIAL playoff run to these hallowed halls of Upper St. Clair High School, all for your well-invested discretionary dollar. That's basically what we're doing here tonight. We have watched them improve as the weeks went by. We really haven't had to suffer much with them in all too few losses they've had. We've celebrated good times and fantastic finishes. That Cannon Mac match at their place comes to mind. And all of us in this gym, and those absent, are grateful for the time, energy, the pain, the sweat, and the smiles they've brought to Upper St. Clair Volleyball. I caution everybody, just stay tuned. The WPIAL playoffs start next week, and we have yet another chance to see how this strongest team in years stacks up against the best the rest of the state of Pennsylvania has to offer. Basically, we've not yet begun to fight, as it were. That'll start next week. But before we get to our 2014 Lady Panthers, I want to take a few minutes to recognize the seniors from tonight's opponents, the Foxes of Fox Chapel High School. As I announce your name, ladies, would you please come to center court and be recognized? So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in alphabetical order, middle hitter number 13, Leah Ekman. And defensive specialist Elena Hanley. Wearing number 1, the libero. Congratulations, ladies, on a terrific career, and best of luck wherever the winds of life might direct you. As for how all this happens, how all gets presented to you here in this gym every match, none of these matches would be possible without the tireless dedication of your scorekeeper for the 2014 season. Everyone, please a round of applause for Ron Greenway, who sits over here in obscurity every week. And none of this could happen without you, and especially me talking on TV over there. I would never know what's going on if the numbers weren't on the board, and that's what Ron does. Thanks very much, Ron. You may be the only guy who's been here longer than I have doing this, so congratulations on that. Also, every game night, you also ran the gauntlet out there in the very front of the customer service and finance departments, out in the lobby selling tickets and keeping order out there. That, of course, has been Carol and Bob Siebert all season long, along with Officer Pete, who's not out there tonight. They're the guys who run the finances. Well, so we get to the business at hand. Tonight, of course, would you please show some appreciation for your coaching staff? You know, this is the first year for this coaching staff, and look at the success they've had. And you know how much time and energy these people put into the success of this team of ours. I think you can all agree that this first year has been a rousing success. And basically, take what your daughters do and double or triple it, and you'd probably have the amount of effort these people put in to this team's success. Here are your coaches. Head coach, Alex Hinsey. Assistant coach, Matt Hamilton. Assistant coach, Chelsea Katkich. I know, Chelsea. I know, get the second K right? I got it, yeah. Assistant coach, Adam Mitchell. Thank you, one and all. Take a bow. Also, nothing happens here without the blessings of the administration and the athletic office. And I think you should be pretty pleased with what this team has accomplished with all your support this season. With us tonight is School Superintendent Dr. Patrick O'Toole. He is standing next to Athletic Director Matt Mellinger. Hidden way back here in the corner to my right, that's trainer John Sears. Right behind me, back to my left, is Assistant Athletic Director Matt Martacci. And not with us tonight is head trainer Joe Griseffo. Thank you, one and all, for your support of the team and this program. And with that, let's get down to the real reason why we're here tonight. This may take a little while since we have a bevy of 5 seniors to recognize here, so patience, please. I'll try to whisk us through the accomplishments of these 5 talented young women. And let me introduce to you then, in alphabetical order, the 5 members of our 2014 Upper St. Clair Girls Volleyball Senior Class. First, big number 3 in your program, would you please welcome senior setter and defensive specialist, all in the same person, by the way, Annie Cavrich. Annie is accompanied by her parents, Connie and Joe. She's been playing competitively for 8 years in Upper St. Clair. 5 of those were with the Pittsburgh Renaissance, Pittsburgh Three Rivers, and Pitt Elite Volleyball clubs, so she hit all the big ones. She has a terrific academic record, appearing on high honor roll, and is a member of the National Honor Society. Her favorite moments with USC volleyball seem like a Cannon Mac obsession. She was thrilled to beat Cannon Mac in the final of that early season tournament at their place, I think, and had an even greater time when Coach Alex was red carded, and then the team stormed out of the gym looking for him after the Panthers won that match in dramatic fashion down in Cannonsburg. In USC sports, Annie was team captain, lettered in both volleyball and track and field, and was a member of the 2013 high performance team. She plans to attend an as-yet unnamed college to major in communications. That's something kids just don't do enough of these days, at least with parents, I guess. She has 2 phrases of wisdom for us all. First, thanks to the coaches for giving her an amazing final season. And 2, congratulations to the entire team for finishing the section undefeated and becoming section champs for the first time since 2011. Congratulations, Annie, on a terrific career here, and the best of luck wherever the winds of fortune might take you. Next up, ladies and gents, please welcome the Chief Libero, number 8, no matter where you are, Abby Drukas. Abby is escorted by her parents, Chris and Tom. Abby has 6 years of volleyball under her belt, or at least she would have volleyball uniforms had belts. I don't think they do. 4 of those were spent with the Renaissance and Pitt Elite clubs, and of course, her 4 here at Upper St. Clair. She's a very busy person off the court as well as on it. She's consistently on the highest honor roll and is another member of the National Honor Society. She's also on the yearbook staff, is in the French club, the Thai club, and the German club. I love all that food. Imagine they had to do that weekly. She has played some basketball and soccer, and all before settling on volleyball as her primary sport. Abby's most memorable event at USC was being named varsity libero in her junior year last year. Abby also has not yet chosen a college and plans to major in business economics or supply chain management. Good choice, Abby. That's what my daughter majored in at South Carolina. Nice choice. Her future plan is to work in Washington, D.C. Now, Abby, if that should happen, don't forget that real people do live west of Tyson's Corners, and most of Washington seems to have totally forgotten that. Her words to live by, a word to live by, sports. She wants to send out special thanks to her mom and dad, especially to Emily Kennedy, her one-person support group. Congratulations, Emily. Congratulations, Abby, and all the best to you and the future. Third on tonight's action list, a huge round of applause, please, for number 7, Senior Defensive Specialist Carson Mafries. Carson's guides across the floor are Alicia Hawkins and Lou Mafries. Carson has played volleyball for 6 years overall, having spent 5 of those as a member of the Renaissance, Pittsburgh Three Rivers, and Pitt Elite clubs. She hit all 3 of them as well. Carson has also been a very busy person off the court. She's in Dairies for Charities. She's the French club treasurer. She's in the Future Med Club and Athletes in Action. She was a junior mentor, a school announcer, very nice choice, by the way, is a volunteer at the Upper St. Clair Public Library and at St. Clair Hospital. She's also a huge Game of Thrones fan. I am too. Seen every episode. Yep, applause. On top of all that, she too is in the National Honor Society, was USC Youth Volunteer of the Year, got her IB Middle Year Certificate, consistently made the Dean's List, and is a Student of the Year nominee, and that gets me out of breath saying all that. Nice resume, Carson. Her favorite moment in the volleyball, yes, applause. Her favorite moment in the volleyball program was winning the Cannon Mac tournament earlier this year, and geez, it makes me wish I'd been there to see it. I missed that one. Carson plans to be a doctor, and I hope the prospect of becoming an employee of the federal government under that doesn't squash that ambition. She'll major in chemistry at an as-yet-to-be-determined college and wants everybody to remember, and I quote, "I'm not a princess, I'm a Khaleesi." And if you've read the Game of Thrones books or seen the TV show, you know what she's talking about. Nice career, Carson, and all the luck in the world to you as time marches on. Ladies and gents, Carson Mafries. Following that, everybody, would you please show your appreciation for number 14 in your program, middle hitter and serving specialist, Julie O'Malley. Julie is shown the way tonight by parents Sue and Jack. She's yet another true student athlete, showing up on the Dean's List for 3 years, high honor roll for 3 years. She's also in the National Honor Society and was also nominated for Student of the Year. Julie's been playing volleyball for 6 years, spending 4 of those with the Pittsburgh Elite and Pittsburgh Three Rivers clubs. She loves doing any activity around water, including tubing, kneeboarding, water skiing. She's had her boating license since age 12 and can man any watercraft on any body of water in the entire state of Maryland. Have to take up scuba diving next, maybe, or surfing. I don't think we can surf around here. Her most memorable moment in the 4 years of the program, as with others tonight, has to do with that sensational match win down at Cannon McMillan earlier in this year when Julie served out the 5th set at their place down there in Canonsburg for the win, making me even more upset I wasn't there to see it. Julie has plans to head to university to study business and economics and will attend either Robert Morris, St. Vincent's, or Duquesne, all great choices. And as for choosing a quote that suits her perfectly, how about, quote, "About me, perfect? No. Mistakes? Yes. Blunders and foibles? Absolutely. A work in progress? Always." And that pretty well sums up my own situation and probably most of you sitting over there as well. Words to live by, Julie. Julie's grateful for the new coaching staff and the opportunities they've given her this year. She's grateful for the wonderful girls she calls teammates and also friends that have made her senior year so memorable. She'd also like to thank her parents and sisters for their constant love and support through her volleyball career. Fine sentiments and a fine career here at Upper St. Clair. Congratulations, Julie O'Malley. And so, last on tonight's program, but certainly not in our hearts, fans, a little appreciation for our final senior tonight, number 24, outside hitter Olivia Wright. Olivia's been at this game only for 5 years, shorter than some of the other ladies. Also, as the others, she spent 4 seasons with the Renaissance and Pitt Elite volleyball clubs. She plays oboe and piano. She's the French club secretary, is in montage, and is reading the Game of Thrones series. And if you've ever tried that, I've tried that, and it's an exhausting, detailed slog of a read. And I've ran out of time for it. Go with the TV show. Does a much better justice. Olivia is a member of the National Honor Society as well, and is a commended student of the National Merit Scholarship Program. Her most memorable moment of USC volleyball was smeagling through her sophomore season, whatever that is. She plans to attend college somewhere where she'll major in statistics or actuarial science, great choices, and she has plans to become an actuary. Her favorite quote to live by, "I'm going to steal it. I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence," from the movie National Treasure. Now, why she would want to do that remains a mystery to me. Well, Olivia, it looks like you have your act together. You're on your way to a terrific future, and of course, we wish you all the best the world can bring your way. Ladies and gentlemen, Olivia Wright. And that's a pretty decent way to bring this celebration to an end, everyone. Would you please show your appreciation for your 5 seniors: Annie Cavrich, Abby Drukas, Carson Mafris, Julie O'Malley, and Olivia Wright. Congratulations, ladies. Thank you for all you brought to the program, and we wish you only the best in what is sure to come your way. I hope you like surprises. WPIAL Girls Volleyball Night. This tonight is a non-section friendly between the homestanding Panthers of Upper St. Clair and out of Section 4, the Foxes from Fox Chapel High School. It's one of those raw start of fall nights outside. Should be some hot competition inside tonight, and we shall see as the match progresses. We will begin with the starting lineups. First, for the Foxes of Fox Chapel, a sophomore middle blocker, number 14, Katie Kenny. Sophomore defensive specialist, number 20, Desiree Buccigrossi. Sophomore defensive specialist, number 30, Dominique Buccigrossi. A junior outside hitter, number 2, Sarah Subsura. Junior defensive specialist, number 5, Katie Costanzo. Junior setter, number 6, Kayla Slovenik. Outside hitter, junior number 16, Nikki Stumpf. Number 21, junior outside or playing the middle, Maya Weiss. Middle blocker, junior number 27, Murphy Patterson. And starting senior, number 1, wearing the libero jersey in white, Elena Haley. The Foxes are coached by head coach Sarah Kirsch. She's assisted by DJ Gardino. And for your 2014 Section 2 champs, the Panthers of Upper St. Clair. A freshman outside hitter, number 1, Alex Amos. Sophomore setter, number 2, Kindler Norman. Sophomore defensive specialist, number 15, Lily Rugas. Junior, playing the right side, number 4, Emma Galligan. Junior outside hitter, wearing number 5, and on injured reserve, Emily Kennedy. Junior middle hitter, number 11, Leah Kerr. right side, number 17, junior Sammy Amos. And the starting seniors, the setter, number 3, Annie Kevrich. Senior defensive specialist, number 7, Carson Mafries. The libero, number 8 in the white, senior Abby Drukas. Senior middle hitter, number 14, Julie O'Malley. And outside hitter, number 24, senior Olivia Wright. The Panthers are coached by head coach Alex Lindsay. He's assisted by Matt Hamilton, Chelsea Katkich, and Adam Mitchell. And with that, we can get the match underway. We're glad you're all here with us tonight. We wish you all a tremendous journey on the way home when it's all said and done. Thanks one and all for being here. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back once again to Upper St. Clair High School, home of the Panthers. Kevin McGahey here with you, and we are here on Senior Recognition Night, the final home regular season match of the season. This is a non-section friendly type of a match. Tonight we have the Foxes from Fox Chapel High School out of Section 4 in with us tonight as we finish off the home season and get ready for the playoffs. Fox Chapel comes, of course, from Section 4. They will not be making the playoffs, I understand, but the Panthers, as you know, if you've been watching these telecasts, are section champions once again. The last time we did this was 2011, and here it is 4 years later. There's going to be another date on the banner here in the Upper St. Clair High School gym. We are about to get underway here. The team colors are both red, black, and white. The Fox Chapel Foxes are playing from right to left in the red jerseys. Panthers in the home black. Of course, already playoff bound. And of course, let's see, I think all the seniors are on the floor. If they aren't right now, they will be very soon. As it's just to showcase them in their final home match of the season. I have 3 camera people working with me tonight. Maddie Griner, Jenny Park, and Tyler Clark are all on the 3-camera setup tonight for Senior Rec Night. We're glad to have them along, and of course the production talents of Cable 7 up in Upper St. Clair bringing you this home match, the final one of the season. It's playoff time next week, and of course, as we usually do, we'll go through the lineups as the serving rotation happens. Fox Chapel opens with the first serve. Abby Drukas has it, Annie Kevrich the setter, and that, of course, is Sammy Amos with the left hand. Switches to the right side, but that's Olivia Wright at the defender. The ball is still in play. 3 ball now, Panthers, but oh my, it goes off the hands of Carson Mafries. It was headed for the back row. It was one of those tough ones. Carson didn't quite know what to do with it, but it does go over the back line, and Fox Chapel strikes first. It's early in set number 1. As you all well know, this is a best-of-5 match. First one to win 3 sets wins the match. A set goes to 25 points. You have to win it by 2. And that is Leah Kern edging the ball over the net. She's a junior. She'll be back next year, as will the entire front line for the Panthers. Things looking pretty rosy for next year's team already. Here will be senior Olivia Wright, number 24 with the St. Clair serve. All knotted up in 1 early in the first set. Back set to the right side, over the top. And Leah Kern pops it over. Oh, pops it over and down on the floor.
Fox Chapel in a I got it, you take it, nobody ends up with it kind of a thing, and Leah Kern. With an easy one, and it's Olivia Wright again with the serve. Handled by Fox Chapel, but yes, it will be a free ball again. Easy for the Panthers to use here. There's the Andy Cavrich set, short to Leah Kern, right at a defender. And it lands out of bounds. Point Panthers. I had to wait to see where that was going to come down. It was a sky ball and lands just in front of the officials' stand. Olivia Wright again just over the net. Good serve, back set to the right side. Slicing attack off the block and down. Fox Chapel earns themselves one. They get the side out, end the point. Panthers still lead 3-2. Of course, we're real early here in the first set. Number 20 is Desiree Bucciagrossi, sophomore defensive specialist for Fox Chapel, doing the serving. And the Cavrich the set to the left side. Alex Amos, oh my! Right at the feet of the defender and comes back. And that one lands out of bounds. By Fox Chapel, it lands out of bounds. Point for the Panthers, and Leah Kern, the junior number 11, steps back for the Panthers serve. Sedgwick to the left side over the top and outside. Yeah, hard for you to see on the screen, but it went outside of what's called the antenna, a red and white striped stick that's attached to the net that denotes out of bounds. It's out of bounds. Point Panthers. Oh my, that one goes out of bounds. Leah Kern apparently was in the gym again this week, lifting weights. She'll get that one back. Number 21 steps up, Maya Weiss, a junior outside hitter for Fox Chapel for the serve. Right to left, the Foxes again playing in red. Lily Drukas, Annie Cavrich, and Alex Amos, but good defense again by Fox Chapel. It's a call. It is a lift call, like arming a basketball. The lift is called. Point Panthers, and it is junior sensation Sammy Amos back for the St. Clair serve. She's left-handed. 6-3. Panthers lead. Still in set number 1. Oh, good serve, lands just inside the back line. A serve like that, you've heard me say it many times, freezes the defense. They think he's going to sail out of bounds, and it lands just inside the back line for the first ace of the night for Sammy Amos and the first for the Panthers. Hard line drive that time to overpass, and her sister Alex drives it down, but not for a point. From the back row, Sammy Amos with the left hand. Should be, if it comes back, it's a free ball. It is. Now the Panthers can use it. There's the set, back set. And over the top is Julie O'Malley, a senior, 1 of 5 on the floor tonight. Annie Cavrich, the setter, number 3, she's a senior. Julie O'Malley on the floor, number 14, she's a senior. Number 24, Olivia Wright has been on. We'll get to in just a second here. Oh, a short set, not much Fox Chapel could do with it. To the back corner by Alex Amos. Nicely thought out, nicely done. Abby Drukas on the floor. She's a senior wearing the white jersey, number 8. And Carson Fries, number 7. She was subbed in and out as the match goes along. That's your 5 seniors for tonight's match. The top hard driving serve lands in again. Whistles right through the Fox Chapel defense, and that's Sammy Amos' second ace of the set and this rotation. 10-3, Panthers with a 7-point lead. Make it 3 aces. Off the shoulder of the Fox Chapel defender, and a timeout called by head coach Sarah Kirsch of the Fox Chapel Foxes. Not much to talk about so far. The Panthers here with an 11-3, as you see, 8-point lead in the first set. Leah Kern, number 11, the junior, has 2 kills so far on the night. Freshman Alex Amos, number 1, she's got 1, as does Julie O'Malley. That is 4 points and 3 service aces for Sammy Amos. That's 7 of the 11 points. Couple of out-of-bounds hits by Fox Chapel, and 11 threes the lead. Sammy Amos in control of the ball with the Panthers and the 8-point lead. Oh, left-handed serve now. Oh boy, a little went a shade long. Sammy Amos got 3, gives 1. Fox Chapel gets the side out. And it's Dominique Buccigrossi. Twin sister, I would think, of number 20, Desiree. And she's a sophomore as well. And that one goes long. Well, here we go again. The serving gods giveth and taketh away. They give it all evens out. Basically during the course of a set or a match. Panthers get the benefit of the side out, and number 4 checks in Emma Galligan. She's a junior, usually a right side hitter. She has jumped in for the serve. Another left-hander, just barely over the net, and that fooled Desiree Buccigrossi, and that results in a service ace for Emma Galligan. 9-point Panther lead, 13-4. Over the top, from the middle this time. Oh, that one also goes way long. Well, she had a pretty good look at it. That's number 27, Murphy Patterson for Fox Chapel. But her body was twisted. She came around with it and whistled it past the end line for yet another Panther point, and it is still Emma Galligan with a left-handed serve. Handled this time by Fox Chapel. Just tapped over the net. Covered nicely by Emma Galligan to keep that ball in play. Now from the left side, that was number 16, Nikki Stumpf for Fox Chapel with the kill. Rattled right down the front of the St. Clair defense. The double block was set up, but it snuck right in there. And back for the serve is junior Katie Costanzo now for Fox Chapel. Panthers still with that 9-point lead, 14-5. Substitution. Alex Amos checks back in. Emma Galligan out. Abby Drukas in. The libero can substitute freely. She does not need to check in with the officials, as anyone in a black jersey, or a red jersey in this case, does. Little back set, right side. Slicing attack by Julie O'Malley did not work, and the Panther defense frozen a little bit. Fox Chapel gets the point, and it's still Katie Costanzo with the serve. Over on the second touch, Annie Cavrich didn't find an empty spot though. From the left side, nice dig by Sammy Amos. It's a free ball to the Foxes now. Awkward type of a set, and it lands. It is out. Hard for me to see from up here. I thought it might have been on the line. It is out to the near side. Panthers get the side out and the point, and it's senior Annie Cavrich for the Panthers serve, leading by 9. Decent looking slicing serve, but it sails out of bounds to the far side. Now the Panthers get one back from Elena Hanley, the senior libero for Fox Chapel. Nicely done, and Olivia Wright keeping the ball in play. A block. It sails out of bounds. That was number 2. That was Sarah Subsura, a junior outside hitter for the Foxes. Crawl back within 7. Still early in the match. We're set number 1 of a best-of-5 match. Just barely over the net. Sammy Amos with a tremendous dig, but not enough to keep the ball in play. Belongs to Fox Chapel. Panthers still lead by 6. Over the top. On the back row, Abby Drukas. Oh, but it lands just out. She had a good look at it and rolled it off the wrist over the top. But out of bounds. And sort of just like that, the 9-point lead has become 5. Elena Hanley again with the serve. Hard driving attack, and the Panther defense is napping a little bit there. Somebody probably should have gone for that, but it is an ace. Second of the match for the Foxes, and they're back within 4. And the serving gods worked out in our favor again. Panthers get that side out and point. Julie O'Malley, the senior, back for the serve. And a good one. There's the set to the near side, over the top. Annie Kavich with the bump. Olivia right over the top, but oh my goodness, could not find an open spot. Free ball, Panthers. But Abby Drukas, she was leaning. Yep, she was leaning to her left, went after it. It sailed into the Fox Chapel bench. Foxes get the side out and the point where Kayla Slovenik, the junior, will do some serving. Trailing the Panthers by 4, 16-12. Substitution. Over the top. Sammy Amos at the net. Annie Kavich. Yeah, she stepped over. Yep. There's a center line. It's hard to see in this view of the TV, but there's a center black line that runs right under the net. You're allowed to put a foot on it, but not over it. And Annie had a foot fully over that line. So right now, the overpass. Yep, from Olivia Wright. That pass is supposed to go to your own front line. They went to Fox Chapels instead, and the 9-point lead has been shrunk to 2. Just over the net. Nicely done by Sammy Amos to keep that one alive. Now from the left side, Fox Chapel touches the ball over the net. Can the Panthers get this one? Yes, Sammy Amos. First kill of the night for Sammy. We're almost done with set number 1, and finally, Sammy gets a very nice set and finish. Side out, point Panthers at 17-14. Olivia Wright, the Panther serve. Oh, just out. She wanted to drop that on the back line, but it sails just a bit long. 17-15, Panthers lead. Desiree Bucciagrossi, the sophomore, for the serve. Good serve. Abby Drukas has it at the net. Alex Amos touches it over, and it finds the wood floor. He's trading points right now. That works out nicely for the Panthers. Leah Kern, the junior, with a good serve. Back set to the right side and over the top off the block. And Fox Chapel earns one, and here we are trading points again. Panthers lead by 2. Maya Weiss for the serve, and a good one. Annie Kavich the set. Sammy Amos with the finish just inside the back line. Panther lead is 3, 19-16 now. Still in set number 1. Still a lot of volleyball left to play here. And it is the left-handed Sammy Amos with a good line drive serve at the net over the top. Looks like a back row attack. That's no good. The back row player is allowed to hit it over the net, but they may not advance beyond the 10-foot line for an attack. That's what happened there. 20-16 Panthers now over the hard to see on the TV again, but they went off the antenna, the red and white striped stick that denotes out of bounds. Point for the Panthers, and another timeout called by head coach Sarah Kirsch. Each team gets 2 timeouts first set. And I know Coach Kirsch, after her team getting so close within 2, has given up 3 in a row here to our Panthers. Panthers lead 21-16 right now. Not much offense to talk about, really. Alex Amos, Leah Kern, and Sammy Amos all tied for the team lead, but it's only with 2 kills. Julie O'Malley with 1. And still hanging in there at 4 service aces, so 4, 6, 7, 11 points have been determined by our offense. The balance by good defense and errors by Fox Chapel. And the Panthers have already wrapped up the Section 2 championship and are definitely headed toward the WPIAL playoffs that start next week. And that serve, that left-handed serve by Sammy Amos, gets her 4th ace of the set and a 6-point lead at 22-16. Well, the serving they equalize again. The service error by Sammy Amos gives it right back to Fox Chapel. Panthers still lead by 5, in pretty good shape here, 22-17. Needing just 3 to take away set number 1. Dominique Buccigross with the serve, and it is in. That's an ace for Dominique Buccigrossi. 3 aces for the Foxes. Panthers need 3 to finish out this first set. There's the set left side. Julie O'Malley over the top. From the Foxes left side, Sammy Amos the bump. Annie Cavrich the set. Alex Amos the finish. Oh my. Well, that hit Desiree Buccigrossi square in the the Adams square in the top of the chest. She was screened by Elena Hanley, the libero. But it works out great for Alex Amos and the Panthers. 23-18. Panthers need 2 to finish, at least set number 1. Service error by Emma Galligan. That's 5 service errors for the Panthers in set number 1. Still with a decent lead. Substitution, Emma Galligan will go out. Looks like Abby Drukas will end up on, as it usually does. She freely substitutes for Alex Amos, who substituted for Emma Galligan, if that made any sense to anybody. Meanwhile, Katie Costanzo, the junior for Fox Chapel. Panthers need 2 points. And Olivia Wright had a good look at it, but sort of rolled it into the net. Costanzo again with a serve, and a good one. Left side, Olivia Wright again over the top, and that one lands in. Olivia Wright with an overhand wrister for her first kill of the night, and enough gravity to suck that ball down to the floor. Leah Curran subs back in for Lily Drukas, younger sister of libero Abby rather. Annie Cavrich is what I was thinking with the serve. And from the left side, whoa, would have gone way out of bounds, but Sammy Amos hit it, and it sails over her head. For a successful Fox Chapel kill, Panthers still have 3 set points in hand at 24-21, needing just 1 to finish off this set. Elena Hanley the serve. Olivia Wright again was going to go over the net, get under it instead. And the Foxes trail by 2, 24-22. Well, it was a pretty decent set by Annie Cavrich that just fell in the Panther side. Timeout called by Coach Alex Hinsey. Not happy with the way with the way this set's coming to an end here. Panthers had a 5-point lead just a couple of minutes ago. And now what happens now is somebody has to win this set by 2. If the Panthers capture this point, the set is over and they've taken it 25-23. If Fox Chapel should get this point and tie it up at 24, we keep playing this set until somebody wins it by 2. So let's see what Coach Inzi has done to fire up his charges here and have them finish this off and get us to set number 2. Panthers trying to use this one as a decent warm-up to get to the playoffs next week. Elena Hanley the serve. Olivia Wright could not put it away. Left side Foxes. Sammy Amos got in the way of that one. It'll be a free ball, Fox Chapel. Panthers need some defense right here. And the slicing attack goes to Fox Chapel, and we are tied at 24. So it's bonus volleyball here in set number 1. We will play until somebody wins it by 2. Hard line drive serve. Panthers getting the hits. They just can't seem to find open spots. Oh, and Fox Chapel takes command, 25. We are back and ready to go. Kevin McGahey still here with you with a voiceover. Maddie Greiner, Jenny Park, Tyler Clark behind the cameras, and Cody Lance directing tonight's telecast of Upper St. Clair girls volleyball. Panthers now playing in the black right to left. Fox Chapel in the red left to right. We're starting set number 2 here. You just saw the Panthers take set 1. And yes, Sammy Amos got into the net. I think that point belongs to Fox Chapel. Sammy Amos tapped the ball successfully over the net, but her momentum carried her into the net. That is a no-no. It is a dead ball and a point for the opposition. So Fox Chapel, as they did in the last set, opens up with the first point. Kayla Slovenik with the Fox Chapel serve, and Sammy Amos way over the top, but right at a defender again. Back set. Sammy Amos switches sides, and that one works. She headed way over to the right side that time and records her third kill tonight. And we're all tied up at 1 in the second set. Olivia Wright to serve. Back set right side, slicing attack right at Kindler Norman, who's checked in here for the second set. She's a sophomore. She took a good whack at it, but it landed just in front of her. Fox Chapel earns another point and a 2-1 lead. Desiree Buccigrossi with the serve. Abby Drukas dragging it off the floor. And Leah Kern hoisting it just low. Oh, it was a tip. Somebody got a fingernail on it. It landed out, but it was tipped by a Fox Chapel player out of bounds. Panthers get the point and the side out. Leah Kern, who just got that point, goes back for the serve at 2-2. Short set. Touched over. Abby Drukas keeping it alive to the right side, and Sammy Amos way up and way down with power. That is how you do it, son. Nice point. Panthers get the side out. Oh, not a side out. They already had that. They've got the serve again with Leah Kern. Just barely over and recovered by the Foxes. Oh, it does not come back. I thought it might be a free ball for the Panthers. But Elena Hanley didn't quite have enough to get it over the net. Leah Kern steps back one more time for a serve. Oop. A yellow card delivered to the Fox Chapel bench. Unhappy with the way things were going, apparently. I was looking the other way. Just like in soccer, there are yellow cards and red cards. Yellow card is a warning. A red card is an ejection. Something tells me the coaches did not exactly agree with that call of a tipped ball. Let's see if cooler heads can prevail. It is a friendly match after all. And it will be Leah Kern again with the St. Clair serve. Punched over the net. It's a free ball. Kendall Norman now with a set and way long by Alex Amos. Another one who's been in the weight room this week. That went easily 10, 11 feet long. Fox Chapel, the side out and the point, and Maya Weiss, number 21, the junior, for the Foxes serve. Kim Norman back set. Sammy Amos off the block and down. Sammy Amos putting that point to sleep. And the lead is 2. Substitution Emma Galligan checks in. Carson Mafris checks out. She'll probably be back to play back row. Meanwhile, Sammy Amos, the left-hander, with the serve. Nice line drive. Wow, nicely dug out of there by the Foxes as well. A double hit is the call. Double hit is well, the second. It's usually on the second touch. You can get 2 hands on the ball, but you may not impart a spin, and the hands have to touch at the same time. And if there's too much spin on the ball, it is a violation. I guess that's what happened here. Point Panthers. Sammy Amos again with the serve. Over the top, decent serve. To the left side, and Abby Drukas, nice dig. Back to the left side, Alex Amos, but off the block. It's still alive. I think he stumped with that attack for Fox Chapel and just lofted over the net. Emma Galligan gets credit for the point. just hoisting it over and finding that open spot in the defense. 7-3 now, Panthers lead. It's an overpass. Oh, but it came up a little, yep, Kindler Norman. She had eyes as big as, I don't know, dinner plates, and it fell just behind her, and she couldn't stuff it home like you do with most overpasses. It's the point and side out for Fox Chapel. Dominique Butchagrossi, sophomore with the serve. Left side, Alex Amos just touching it over. It is not how hard you hit him, it's where. And Alex Amos knew what to do with that. Teams trading points right now. The Panthers maintaining that 4-point lead. Julie O'Malley, up to one of tonight's 5 seniors for the serve. Left side. The set was behind her. She couldn't put some power on it. Olivia Wright can, and down it goes. Olivia Wright with kill number 2. The Panther lead is 5 at 9-4. Julie O'Malley again. At the net, short set. Oh, right into the block. And I'm thinking Kindler Norman took care of that. Could have been Emma Galligan. Not too sure. It was screened by the official. And timeout called by Coach Kirsch. That is only the second block for a point we've had. And with as tall a defense as we have, you'd think we get more of those, but not so the case. Panthers lead by 6, 10-4 here in the second set after taking a jolly time and capturing set number 1, 28-26. Sammy Amos leading everyone as she almost always does with 5 kills. Alex, her sister, has 4, as does Leah Kern. Those are the 3 triple towers the Panthers have this year. Three 6-footers that handle most of the hitting, and it's Julie O'Malley again. Back for the St. Clair serve. Good serve over the top. Back set right side. Oh, but not enough to get any power. The timing was a little bit off there. Kindler Norman was going to tuck that down over the net on the second touch. She did not. It came up short on her own side. The point and side out belong to Fox Chapel, where Katie Costanzo comes back in, the junior, for the serve. Left side, Olivia Wright rescued off the floor, but not kept in control. And Olivia Wright gets credit for her 3rd point, and it will be Kindler Norman, sophomore setter, back for the St. Clair serve, leading by 6. Nice slicing attack, and hauled out of there by Olivia Wright. And Emma Galligan forcing it down on the other side. Emma Galligan with a powerful left hand put that one away, and the lead is now 7. Panthers had the lead up to 9 in set number 1 before Fox Chapel got back in that set at the tail end. Short set into the block and down. Well, Olivia Wright and Leah Kern were standing right there, but the attack came just off one of the wrists, out of bounds. Panthers have still doubled up the Foxes so far, 12-6 here in the second set. Elena Hanley, the lone senior who has played tonight for Fox Chapel. They have a ton of juniors, so the future looks pretty bright for them. Oh, and Lance I thought that was going out. But Sammy Amos with the left hand found an open spot on the far side, just inside the far sideline, for kill number 6. Carson Mafries now. Good serve, nothing fancy. Left side for Fox Chapel. And number 2, Sarah Sapsura. gets the point and the side out for the Foxes, where Kayla Slovenik, number 6, the junior, will deliver the serve. Short set, and Leah Kern hammers it home. I love that quick set play, and it's 5 kills now for Leah. And the Panthers have doubled up the Foxes again at 14-7. Don't serve just ticked off the net. It's playable. Oh, and the stuff block. Oh my goodness, that's what we've been waiting for. Sammy Amos and Leah Kern with the double block. Third block for a point tonight. Olivia Wright again, the serve. It didn't come back. I thought it was going to come back with a little power. Hammered into the net instead. And the Panthers now, with that 9-point lead they enjoyed in the first set, now we'll see if we can maintain it. Annie Cavrich, senior number 3, comes back on the floor in the substitution. She will likely be the setter. We have 2 setters on the floor now, Annie Cavrich and Kindler Norman. Quick set over the top. Annie Cavrich put right into the Fox Chapel block. Oh, nice rally now. Carson Mafries, Kindler Norman the back set. Sammy Amos, but not. Wow. Great defense by Fox Chapel. Back set again. Sammy Amos again that time. Oh, but her momentum carried her into the net. Some terrific hitting, but you are not allowed to bonk that net. That's what Sammy did. The point and side out belong to the Foxes, where Desiree Buccigrossi, number 20, lines up for the serve. Abby Drukas, Kindler Norman short set. Leah Kern, down it goes. Not much a defense can do about that with that quick set strike play the Panthers have used successfully all season long. The lead is 9. We're still in the second set. Panthers, of course, took the first set, and it's a best-of-5 match. Free ball Panthers. Abby Drukas, Kindler Norman to the near side, and Annie Cavrich rolls it over the top. Annie Cavrich gets her first kill. 7 attackers now in the book with kills, and a 10-point Panther lead, largest of the night. At the net, back set right side, over the top, and Leah Kern. It was a wide open spot. Leah just took a couple steps, couldn't get there in time. Foxes with the point. Maya Weiss now, and one of the horde of juniors for the Foxes. Annie Cavrich right into the block. It is not still alive. What's the call? A lift is the call, yeah. When the ball gets down low, too much palm, it's like palm in a basketball, too much hand on the ball from underneath. Back set, Sammy Amos did not find the floor. Should be a free ball. Indeed, the set was behind the attacker for Fox Chapel. Not so with Annie Cavrich, off the hands of Kayla Slovenik and down. Annie Cavrich gets her second kill. Emma Galligan checks back in, number 4 for the Panthers. 19-10 now. The Panther lead. Good serve by Sammy Amos. At the front, covered nicely by Lily Drukas. And Annie Cavrich. Terrific line drive, but ball still in play. That time Annie Cavrich takes care of it. She used to be a setter. She is a hitter tonight. And the Panthers with this decent lead now. As you get to 20, that's exactly what you want, but this is right where the Panthers ran into trouble in the last set. See if we can get those 5 points and take set 2 Over the top, Annie Cavage pops it up. Abby Drukas not a setter, but it worked just fine anyway. Free ball Panthers. Abby Drukas with a bump. Back set, far side. Emma Galligan reaches up and down it goes. Very nicely done. Emma Galligan with kill number 3. Dominique Buccigrossi checks in for some back row play and the serve for Fox Chapel. Who got that point, by the way? Oh my, the overpass, and Fox Chapel gets another one. Back within 8. Annie Cavage, a slicing attack. Oh no, off the antenna. It's out of bounds. The ball has to come across the net between the two antennas without touching them. I think it went to the outside of the far antenna. And after the Panthers got the 10-point lead, Fox Chapel gets 3 of them back. Nice dig by Lily Drukas. And there's Emma Galligan for the point that she had, I thought, a minute ago, but Fox Chapel ended up with it. Panthers need 4. Let's see what Julie O'Malley can come up with now. From the Panther serving box. Good serve. Oh, at the net, and that will be an ace. The bump from Elena Hanley headed right to the net. When it gets in that net, it is tough to get out. Over the top, and that one, just a little miscommunication on the Fox's part. It was a nice bump, but everybody seemed to run away from the ball instead of toward it. And the Panther lead is now 10, needing 2 now to complete set 2. Good serve, lands just inside the far sideline. Julie O'Malley, 2 aces in this sequence, and now the Panthers with 11 set points in hand. All we need is one of these to come our way. And this set is in the books, and oh, it's still alive. I thought that was going to hit the floor. Little short set. Olivia Wright way over the top and about 6 feet long. Fox Chapel still alive in the second set. Over to the far side, Alex Amos checking back in. Number 14, Julie O'Malley will take a break. They play front row, back row. And Abby Drukas back in, the free substituting libero. That's Katie Costanzo lining up for the Fox Chapel serve. And it lands just in, tucked just inside this back line. Fox is getting a couple of them back. There's Costanzo again for the serve. From the back row, Sammy Amos lands just long. Well, the 11-point lead is down to 8. Panthers just need 1. Olivia Wright, but right at the defender from the far side now, over the top. Back set, tucked over, covered nicely by the Foxes. Try it again. Front set this time, Olivia Wright. Off the block and down, and that'll do it. No overtime in this set. And the Panthers take away set number 2 with the 2 sets to love lead, 25-16. And we are headed to the third set. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back. We are back. Thanks for hanging with us, everybody. Kevin McGahey still here with you. Our camera people tonight on Senior Recognition Night here at Upper St. Clair. Maddie Greiner, Jenny Park, and Tyler Clark. Cody Lance in the director's chair tonight, and we are ready for set number 3 of this best of 5 match Panthers already with 2 sets in hand, and just like set numbers 1 and 2, Fox Chapel starts off with the first point. And it's an early 1-0 lead here in set 3 rather. Well, there's a gift. We'll take that. A little gift on Senior Rec Night. 1-1 in the third set. Senior Olivia Wright to the back row for the good serve. To the near side over the top. Olivia Wright covers that one. Kayla Norman the set. Annie Kavrich over the top, and it goes way up in the rafters. Does it come back? One more. Yes, it does. Free ball, Panthers. Kayla Norman the set to the far side. Over the top, Annie Kavrich. Again, same play, same result. And into the net. That'll be a Panther point. Sarah Sapsura, number 2, had a good whack at it, but hammered it right into the net. And the Panthers, after giving up the first point, get 2 back, and it's Olivia Wright one more time. Back for the St. Clair serve. Little short set pushed over the net. That did not fool our Panthers. Sammy Amos right at a defender again. Joust at the net. That's taken care of. I'll take that, everybody, will you? And Sammy Amos for kill number 7. Olivia Wright one more time. At the net. Oh, Sammy Amos was going to hammer that home, but it went And Julie O'Malley tucking it right in the center of the defense. You don't have to hammer it home. Just find an open spot. That's exactly what happened. And it's Carson Mafries now, number 7, the senior, checking back in for some serving and back row play. Over the top, good serve. There's the set back. The set came a bit long. Hitter had to reach for it. It's slicing right from the back row, right between Carson Mafries and Abby Drukas. Right now, the Panthers pretty, comfortable with trading points. With a 5-point lead at 14-9. Kayla Slovenik with the serve. It will be a do-over. Over the top. Kendall Norman back set to Olivia Wright. Oh, it is still in play. Free ball, Panthers. Now Kanabi Drukas. Kendall Norman, there's the quick set to Julie O'Malley, who finds a spot just inside the back right corner. Julie O'Malley with her 3rd kill and a 6-point Panther lead. Panthers needing just 10 points to close out this 2014 regular season with an on-section victory over Fox Chapel. From the back row, Kayla Norman, short set. Julie O'Malley again. Yes, over the top, Julie O'Malley with that play that Leah Kern has perfected. It does come back and went a long way, but it comes back and to the far side. Annie Cavrich taking care of business. 5 kills for Annie Cavrich. Look at that, everybody. That from a former setter. And a timeout called by Coach Sarah Kirsch. 8 attackers in the books, all with kills tonight. Sammy Amos only 7. She had 20-something the other night against Seneca Valley. Only 7 for Sammy Amos. Leah Kern, the junior number 11, she's got 6. Annie Cavrich now with 5. 4 each for freshman number 1, Alex Amos. Julie O'Malley, number 14, and Olivia Wright, the senior number 24. 3 for Emma Gallagher, the junior number 4, and 2 for Kindler Norman. 4 aces for Sammy Amos tonight, 2 for Julie O'Malley, 1 each for Emma Galligan and Kindler Norman. And there have been 3 defensive blocks for points. Well, right now, it's Olivia Wright, seeing how many points she can get of the 8 rather, the Panthers need to carry home this 3rd set. We seem to be ready to go, and there's Olivia Wright with the serve. Way over the top, and that's 1 less the Panthers have to get. Lead is 9. Olivia Wright again. Dug out nicely by Fox Chapel. Back set to the near side, Sammy Amos, but right at a defender again. We'll try it again. To the far side now. Annie Cavrich off the block and down. Annie again. 6 kills, and the Panthers needing 6 to get us all home. Back set, right side, slicing attack. Brought forward by Carson Mafries. Annie Cavrich again, but off the block. Nice recovery by Olivia Wright to keep it alive. Just like the coach drew it up, I guess. Olivia Wright with a miracle recovery that just lands in an open spot. Right there in the Fox Chapel D. 4 of the 5 seniors on the floor right now. Abby Drukas, the libero, should be here shortly. Another one that goes long. Terrific job now. Panthers needing 4. Oh, nice block by Julie O'Malley. Still in play, and double hit is the call. Again, too much spin in the ball. Panthers needing just 3 now to complete a regular season with just 1 loss. That would be a non-section friendly to Seneca Valley in 5 sets just this past week. It lands just in on the far side. Fox Chapel gets one of those points back. They are still alive at 22-10. Desiree Buccigrossi to the back line for the serve. Over the top. Carson Mafreese keeping the ball in play. It's a Fox Chapel free ball now. Nice dig by Leah Kern. And Annie Cavrich again. What a third set she has had. And ties for the team lead in kills now with 7. Oh, and it is an ace. Julie O'Malley with 1 more. And we have reached potentially the final point of the regular season for the Panthers. For the 5 seniors on the floor, Julie O'Malley, one of them. And that does it. The Upper St. Clair Panthers have come away here on Senior Recognition Night with a 3-set victory by scores of 28-26, 25-16, and 25-10, closing out a very successful regular season. As we start to get warmed up for next week's WPIAL playoffs, Sammy Amos and Annie Cavrich tonight tie for the kills lead with 7, Leah Kern 6, Olivia Wright 5, Alex Amos 4, Julia O'Malley 4, Emma Galligan 3, Kindler Norman 2. And that, ladies and gents, will do it for us for at least a regular season here. Kevin McGahey is my name. Your camera folks tonight, Maddie Greiner, Jenny Park, and Tyler Clark, Cody Lance at the director's chair, and of course, all the facilities and talents of Upper St. Clair Cable 7. All this great team has been bringing you volleyball all season long. We're glad you were with us, and we will see you next season. Thanks, everybody, and good night.